Let's go, y'all. Let's go, y'all. Let's see what's going on. So the market is dropping. The market is dropping. All right. The market is dropping. All right, let's see. Let's go. All right, so Bill Ackman, he's one of the richest hedge fund managers they have. One of my favorite investors of all time. He's having issues with the SPAC, so he's gonna end this deal to buy a unit of something. 10-year yield is falling. This is why stocks are falling. I'm gonna talk more about that in the group this morning. I'm gonna talk about that in Trappers Anonymous this morning.
Jim, we had a deal between AT&T and Dish and MV.
Bitcoin is falling. NASDAQ is falling. This is probably the worst July the market has had in a few years.
These days, the Charlie earnings been quiet for quite some time, but they did file an 8K.
Special acquisition is a SPAC. Okay, Dish AT&T to enter a 10-year network services deal. Oh God.
And it will provide.
Okay, here we go, y'all.
Remember, one day they're going to move them onto this 5G network, but it doesn't really exist yet. So they have a deal with T-Mobile in place, but T-Mobile's booting one of them off. So now they're going to be paying them, let's call it as much as $500 million a year over 10 years as they build out their 5G network. Who's the big loser here? Well, Citi says, listen, we view the deal as a possible negative headwind on wholesale revenue.
Okay.
Positive for Dish by securing.
That is not a market crash. No, it's not, brother.
While it builds its 5G network, and a mild positive for AT&T.
Okay.
But did want to share that. Yeah.
Dish Network is up 21% on the year.
If you want to talk about, can I just talk positively for a second about this market?
Please.
All right, I'm going to give, and I hear that I'm not talking positively about AT&T. So a lot of people wake up today and say, wow, the market is really beginning to roll over, right?
It is rolling over.
Yeah, 1.1%.
It's only 1% though. It's not that bad.
So, what was the best performing stock this year?
This year?
Yeah.
Ecstasy.
Was it NVIDIA at one point?
Yes, NVIDIA.
Okay.
Okay, so NVIDIA was at 827 a couple of weeks ago, right? So then it drops to 727.
Right.
Now, that's a bit of a rollover. And NVIDIA is up to. What I'm saying is there are many stocks that...
I own NVIDIA.
So-called, wow, be careful, it's rolling over. And those... all the ones that have already rolled over are starting.
It's not a bear market, brother. Please don't say that. And it's not a correction either. It's not a correction or a bear market, y'all. Stop saying that.
Who's got more for us, Bob?
It's not a correction, y'all.
We're all living in a post-vaccinated world, and the vaccine will not go away. That's a problem. Second,
more like a
very high valuations leaving the market vulnerable.
I made a post about a pullback and a sell-off before.
Today, look at the sectors. The weaknesses in the cyclicals, the stuff that did
energy is the best. Energy is the best performing stock, the best performing sector this year, y'all.
Consumer staples, defensive name.
Somebody guessed it. Yup, I said it. DM me the word trapper. Can you explain the VIX? The VIX. If the VIX is going up, the market is going down. If the VIX is going down, the market is going up. The VIX is the meter to gauge market vitality.
As cyclical names. The market internals, we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks. Traders have had a problem.
It's not a pullback, it's a sell-off. There's a difference between the two. It's not really a discount, it's only 1%, man.
The advanced decline line's been a little weaker. New highs, they've been kind of crummy in the low single digits, 10, 20, 30 in the S&P 500. That's not much at all.
Hey, beautiful.
Given the fact the S&P
you brush your teeth?
The other thing that
you need to go brush your teeth. Don't give me no kiss with that stinking breath.
And medium-sized stocks have been underperforming really since April or May. Look at the
Russell 2000, 10%.
Below its recent 52-week high. The S&P mid-cap is 8%. The Dow Transport's 12%. This is a little worse today, but this was going on for the last couple of weeks that we've been talking about it. So it wasn't like this weakness has appeared out of nowhere. Active traders, call active traders. They'll tell you, this is a really tough market to make any money in. They've been saying this for weeks. Lowry over the weekend, oldest technical analysis service in the United States, been reading their work for decades. They said the body of evidence reflects an investing environment where it's difficult to find attractive stock to buy, whether from new money or cash raised from the pruning of weaker stocks. Again, this is a sort of intellectual way of saying, boy, it's really been hard to make money in the last few years. The good news is earnings, which had better be really good, have been good. You see what happened today? Look at
everything is not on sale, yo.
Sales are crazy. Same store sales up 54%.
Y'all be tripping with that, man.
They've reached a huge repurchase program. 15% of the stock repurchased. More throughout the year, so that's going to keep going. The CEO says demand continues to outpace supply.
I like to hear.
Flattish.
AutoNation is actually a good stock too, man.
8% beat. Their comps were up 10%. They raised their full year guidance from 5 to 8% up to 11 to 13%. Great numbers. Wait a minute, the stock's down 6%. David, why is the stock down? Well, these stocks are expensive. This used to be, Tractor Supply used to be, 20
There you go.
times forward.
When we talk about things being expensive, that's what I talk about. Everybody be talking about like Trap be talking about the basics to us. No, yo, I really be going in depth, but I go in depth on fundamentals.
High multiples, or hope that multiples going to keep going up when you're at an earnings peak. They might still be going up for earnings, but they're decelerating, and that means generally lower multiples. And when they're really high, like they're way above historic norms, like you see with Tractor Supply, you've got a problem even with terrific earnings. So that those
right, everybody be like, Trap be giving us the basics. No, I don't. I'm probably one of the best fundamental investors that's on Instagram, hands down. Nobody don't talk about it. You know why? Because it's not sexy, right? But what I'm gonna teach you and what I teach all my trappers, like that's why none of my trappers, anybody who's taken my course, anybody who's in my group for a minute, they don't panic in situations like this. They understand this. You know why? Because I go past the basics. Fundamentals and basics are two different things, right? The fundamentals and the basics are two different things, and people don't know the fundamentals, right? So when you know the fundamentals, you know the fundamentals of the market, you know the fundamentals of stocks, you understand what the hell is going on. You understand what a high stock is, an expensive stock is, and a cheap stock is, and they don't have nothing to do with the actual price, but it has everything to do with the multiple of the business compared to what it's earning, right? I'm gonna say that again. What makes a stock expensive is the price compared to the multiple and what it's earning, right? So what it's earning, if it's earning something and the price is 5, 10, 20 times compared to what it's earning, that's a price multiple, right? That's called a price multiple, right? Excuse me for not having a shirt on. Everything is getting washed right now. I'm in the wash. Hey, baby. How you feeling this morning? Give y'all a little view this morning. We got the crib for the family, man. We out just to show y'all something here, man. We feeling good this morning. You want to go swimming today? All right. Just give y'all a look at how we feeling this morning, man. Feeling good this morning. Got the fam. We got this dope, crib. Real dope. That thing got the waterfalls with the fire. Just give y'all a little visual of what we doing this morning. Huh, baby? I think we're going to go to Magic Kingdom today. No, we did Magic Kingdom yesterday, which was Disney World. We're going to go to the Animal Kingdom today. So once we leave Animal Kingdom, you come, okay? Today, not tomorrow. Yeah, so this is what we got to start realizing, man. Like, it's not about the basics is like telling you what a stock is. What is a stock? What is a dividend? Right? That's the basics. What is a stock? What is a dividend? No, we're going to go to Animal Kingdom today. So the basics is, what a stock is, what a dividend is, what is the stock market, what is an exchange. I do talk to people about that in the beginning of the Wallstreet travel course, in the beginning, because some people need to learn that, right? But then when we get into like understanding the fundamentals, why, right? Why the market moves the way it does, why those stocks move the way they do, what is the reaction to certain things, how to research a business, what is the expensive business, what is a cheap business, what is price to earnings, right? These are the things that make us great investors, y'all, right? And so when it comes to learning the fundamentals, man, that's what I do. I'm a surgeon. I'm going to just keep it 100, right? I'm probably not the best trader in the world, but I have seen great success with my options trade. I've made way more money than I have took losses, right? But I have taken losses, right? But when it comes to like fundamental analysis, yo, you put me next to anybody and I'll break any business down to a science. And I'll help you understand why the business is moving, why it's expensive, why it's a no buy, why it's this, why it's that. Like I live and eat and breathe that. That was just the thing that I did. So like I'm teaching you more than the basics. I'm teaching you the fundamentals, right? And that's what you need to learn, y'all. So let's go, man. We back on TV.
It is, as Jim pointed out, it is up 1.5% after.
There's a lot of companies that have been rolling at 1%.
Right, so if we look and we see these things are only down 1%. I'm thinking today might be a 2.5% day. Right? Thinking today might be a 2.5% day.
I'm just looking at some very good stocks.
All right, well, look at them and get ready for stop trading because that's what's coming up next.
Right? All right, so let's go.
Smart investing.
Jamila, let the group know I will be posting in the group. I just want to go live for a second here. You hear me?
We want to put money aside for those.
So,
changing plans. All right.
how do I feel about squeeze plays? It's just part of the game. I don't feel no type of way about it. It's part of the game. I bet you 2.5%. I think it's gonna be like a 2% day, man. I think it's gonna be like a 2% day, but that still don't signify a sell. I mean, that still don't signify a correction or things on sale. Why we not going further than that 2.5% down today? That's a quick sell-off. Yep, that's what I think, King. I think we're gonna get about 2% today. Quick little sell-off. Why we having a sell-off? Well, because this Delta variant is scaring the hell out of people, right? Because it is real. Because people with the vaccine are getting sick. And I'm going to talk about that today. I got to write that down because I'm going to talk about that today on Monday Madness in the group. Sell off due to Delta. Write that down. So I'll talk about that in the group today. I'll talk about the 10-year falling today. I'll talk about the AT&T and Dish deals today.
See that you do.
And earnings season today.
Workday. The finance, HR, and planning system.
All right, I gotta do those 4 topics today in the group. All right, yeah. So, yeah, y'all, the trap, all my trappers. Yes, I gotta talk to y'all about that. Yes. I'm selling. Do you think, King? It ain't. Don't make me none. So one of the things we gotta do is understand, like, why the market is selling off. That's why I do this thing called Monday Madness, and we just understand the temperature in the market, right? If we go below 5, then we talk about sell-off. Until then, we watch and learn. Yep. So I think at 5, I think when it gets to 5%, you can start paying attention more. You know what I'm saying? 10%, you're talking correction. Correction is a time you maybe not to even sell, but just find deep buying opportunities. 5% shallow water, 10% you got into the deep water, 20% you in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? So, you can't access nothing in the group. Why can't you access anything in the group? All you gotta do is go to the side where it says topics. Here's everything you need to go. A lot of times when y'all get in the group, y'all don't even go to the welcome part. Right? The welcome part tells you how to go through the group. Right? The welcome part in the group tells you, you know, we like to skip the instructions and go straight to it. That's what we be doing. Skip the instructions, I'm going to figure it out. No, go to the instructions so you can learn how to navigate the group. When you go to the side, it tells you everything, how to navigate, it tells you how to get to everything.
Who make fun of me when I say.
And what did I say?
What I really mean is that's what.
COVID concerns. The Delta variant is why we having a little sell-off. What do I think about crypto? I think crypto is an asset class.
With this new variant, I think you probably want to stay home, watch your big screen.
How do I feel about? I feel like if you bought crypto, you bought it for the long term, and you should still be in it.
And by the way, what's on Mad?
How can you be added to the group? Send me, read the thing at the bottom, King. Get a free week in Trappers Anonymous. DM me the word Trapper. How do you access to past presentations? Go to this, where the bottom they'll have all the old replays. All you gotta do is post it in the group, man. Hey, man, how do I get to the old classes? One of my lieutenants will navigate you to them. Yes, I was wondering myself about access. All you gotta do is go to the side. They'll have past classes. If you go to where it says book clubs, you'll get all the past links are in the book club on the side. Go to the side where it says events. All right, so everybody who haven't access, that's why I told you, you got to look at that welcome part. Y'all don't look at the welcome part. You got to go to the welcome part. The welcome part tells you that. So you go into the group, when you go to the welcome part, I advise you to read the welcome part because you kind of probably wouldn't have this conversation. It's okay though because I'm here. You go to the side where all the events at, events, topics, all past people who came in the group and gave us classes, go to that. You go to book clubs, right? You go to Money Market the Game. You look at that, all of the old Money Masters the Game. You'll see all the old book clubs. You click the link, put the passcode in, you can get in. If you go to Live from the Kitchen, you go to it, right? When you go to it, you go to all the old links, you press the link, use the passcode, you can get into that. Anytime somebody came into the group and gave us a class, you go to where it says past teachers. You go to that tab, you see all the past teachers, you press the link, go inside of them. So why you gotta go look at the welcome thing, y'all. It's important. I know we'd be excited to get in the group, but you gotta go look at that. Yes, you can't access it on the phone. Let's see. Mine keeps saying something went wrong. It won't let me in. Make sure you're using this right access code. That's all. I'm not disappointed in it at all. Because most people know that when you buy a stock, I'm not looking for it to make me rich overnight. I'm looking for it to build my wealth over a time span. So, and most people know that you get the best performance out of your stock after the second year. Right? After the second year, you get your best performances out of stocks. And everybody, that's when I think people be getting stocks and they want the stock to shoot up when they get it. Like, I bought it, it's going to shoot up. That's not how this thing works, right? The thing works when you buy great businesses, you buy businesses that you love, you buy businesses that you research, you buy businesses that you believe in, right? And so when you buy businesses that you believe in, then at that point, if it's down in a day, if it's down in 2 months, it doesn't matter because you believe in the business. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why you buy. So I'm never disappointed in businesses that I invest in. And right now, the whole market is getting punched in the face. So we okay. Yeah, you looking for microwave results, man. That ain't how we do it over here. All right, let's see what we got going on, y'all. Let's talk about it. Yes, King, I'm guilty. So excited I went straight in. I get it.
This ahead of tomorrow's Blue Origin launch, of course, where Jeff Bezos...
Research gives you conviction, Pat. Pat, you took one of my things, Pat. You've been in a group long enough, though. You can take it.
We are down on all the markets. That's the lowest. That's the lowest we've been in the first half hour here, with the S&P down 1.7%. And you see the Dow down almost 2%.
I'm in Trappers Anonymous. The question I want to know is, will you buy Square at the price it is now? It's not kind of about what I would do, it's what you would do. What did your research tell you it was worth? Have you taken a Wallstreet Trappin course? Have you learned how to evaluate a business? Yep, as the VIX goes higher, the market will fall. Options call getting slaughtered, probably caught more. There you go. What are some good cannabis companies to invest in? Go check out the Marijuana Trappin course. It ain't Sesame Street, it's Wall Street. Ooh, I like that one, fam. Been a member for 3 weeks, ain't bought one stock. That's good. There's nothing wrong with not buying a stock. I've went months without buying a stock. I've went a year or so without buying a stock. I'm not in a rush to buy a stock. What's good, family? I see you. Still educating myself. That's a good way to have it, J Farms. Keep educating yourself. Oh, hold up, y'all. They talking about the housing index. Hold on.
Everywhere except in the South, where it was unchanged. Leslie?
Remarkable, Diana. Thank you for that. We're 30 minutes into the trading session.
I'm not doing nothing in Orlando. I'm chilling with my family.
We are watching today, starting with Zoom's video, making its largest ever acquisition, buying cloud-based call center operator Five9 for $14.7 billion in stock. Zoom shares right now down about 4%. Plus, AutoNation topping earnings estimates, revenue also above consensus, with same-store new car sales up 42% over a year ago.
Can I get a kiss this morning?
Sales up 37%. Still, that's
Can I get a kiss this morning?
Little changed on that.
You love me?
And we'll end with crude oil.
You didn't say that like you was convicted.
With OPEC Plus reaching a deal on
Do you love me?
phase out 5.8
All right.
barrels
You ate
per
breakfast?
day of oil production. Cuts
Ask your mama to fix you some breakfast. You hungry?
Thank you, Leslie.
She what?
We've got a big market day here, and let's turn.
Ask your mama to fix you some
Our
breakfast.
senior markets commentator Mike Santoli has got more on.
And get your clothes ready for when we go to Animal Kingdom. Oh, give me a hug. I love that. Thank you for this hug, baby.
Are now sort of reaching the headline indexes. Namely, it's been a very narrow rally this last phase. The average stock's been underperforming quite substantially. If you take a look at the equal weight of Russell 1000, this
Okay, the Russell 1000.
relative to the S&P 500, you see it's a pretty big performance spread. That shows you that there really was a lot of culling of the flock happening, basically at the average stock level, while you had a few big mega cap growth stocks really disguising that weakness.
A lot of times that's something that happens too, y'all. A lot of times what'll happen is you'll have a few mega cap stocks.
Transports, material stocks, energy stocks, home builders, banks, all of them are 10% or more below their highs for this year. So that shows you that there have been these rolling corrections going on beneath the surface for some time right now, and maybe it's now due to reach the S&P, at least in part. We also have a plausible growth scare story that's pressuring treasury yields, of course, with COVID cases going up, especially globally, and so that seems to fit into this idea that we're also in this weak seasonal period, so taking some off the table. Now, how deep does any kind of a pullback have to go? We are, something like 9 or 10 months since the last at least 5% pullback in the S&P.
There you go.
5% pullback means about 2% down from the levels we're at right now. That would take us back to mid-April levels, mid-April peak that really did cap the market for a couple of months. And in fact, guys, things like small caps, things like energy stocks are looking oversold. Even though the S&P is only 3 or 4% down, people are going to start to say, wow, a lot of damage been done already. So if you're inclined to say that we can have, a rally into later in the year, this is presenting some discount.
I love looking at this, y'all. I'm going to just keep it real. That's so beautiful to me. My daughter's just chilling. You hear me? Outside. All right, back to this. I just saw that and just my eyes started watering.
Summary is that by the reliable secular growth, I don't know if we want to say Nvidia itself can carry the market, but Apple has actually had one of these moves to the upside that's giving some of it back now, which was really not about what was going on at Apple. And they're viewed as these massive stable profit pools. We'll see if that does happen. I think Treasury yields are a little too low for comfort. It's good to have Treasury yields down.
Thank you, family.
A good prompt for the growth stocks to work, but you don't want to.
I agree with you, fam. It has been oversold. A lot of things have been oversold.
Yeah, you call it muscle memory. A little bit of deja vu here. Stick with us, Mike. Let's bring in Destination Wealth Management founder and CEO Michael.
What to buy, Big Trap? You need to buy the Wallstreet Trappin course or the beginner's course. That way you wouldn't be asking me what to buy.
Thank you for being here. Delta threat, how big of an issue is it?
Not pullback, King. Sell off. And not that big. It's only 1.5% right now.
I think that more so, I think there's really a gathering of multiple headwinds, right? There's potential income tax increases.
Ooh, I have 3 girls. Salute.
Enthusiasm in the market.
That 10-year for sure.
Have been stretched. And I think there's really just way too much euphoria, in my view, that the economy's going to open wide open.
That's a fact.
To get to Asia right now. See what's
That's a
happening
fact.
in Japan in terms of the Olympics. So I think the Delta variant, as well as these other issues, are going to cause some problems for the market. That's why we've been concerned and why we've been expecting a 10% correction, as Mike pointed out. So we have for 10%.
In terms of,
why you scratching your toes in my bed?
We were just talking about the 10-year.
Don't be scratching your toes in my bed, yo.
We recommend that investors.
They itching, but don't scratch them in my bed.
I don't think so. I think 1.2 is really, first of all, the bond market.
Do you promote? I don't promote no vaccination, man. No, indeed, no.
Secondly, I think it's just probably not the thing to do is to chase down into assets that are already already in tremendous buying pressures, such as a 10-year treasury.
How when you know when the sell-off is completely over? When you see stock, but I don't think you need to look at when the sell-off is over. I think you need to mostly look at companies that you like to buy and own. Right?
I think it's a time to reposition your portfolio strategy with some of the areas that have gone down. This 10% area, maybe in the banks, maybe in certain technology companies that have really lagged. I think that's really what you want to do in this kind of market, not panic.
There you go.
Everything out into treasuries, because the market basically, even though slowing, is still fundamentally okay.
Is what? He said is what? He said is what? Fundamentally okay. Fundamentally okay.
5.4%, which is not sustainable, I guess.
He said he is expecting a 10% correction. Well, you got to be expecting a correction. You got to realize that people pumped $9 trillion into the market over the last 13, 15 months. That's too much money in the economy that didn't exist before, right? It's a thing that says right now, 40% of the money that's being spent right now is money that was created this year. It's too much money. Look at that 10-year. Golly, look at that. Didn't I explain that 10-year to y'all last week?
Lumber down 50%, as was just mentioned. I think you're going to continue to see a pushback on that inflation number. Wait in 3 months, David. That's what's really going to matter. Not so much the reopening number. We all know inflation will be high for the next 60 or 90 days.
Mike, you're a student of market history, and as you kind of look back to 18 months ago, how do you see some comparisons between what's going on today with fears surrounding the Delta variant with what we saw, at the early stages of the coronavirus pandemic back in that February, March timeframe?
Well, first of all, I think this is a little bit more of a fear that we're not clear of it, as opposed to a return to those exact circumstances.
I agree with that. Inflation at its finest, 100%. How companies act right now will help you understand how they'll move when the chips are down. That is a fact. Night King 757. You on it, King.
A lot of people of what happened after the 2009 market low, right? Global financial crisis finally reached this crescendo. Markets up tremendously in a year's time into 2010.
That's a fact, man.
And just as we're up there, there's these.
Explain the 10-year. Okay, so the 10-year yield or the 10-year note is the most important thing you need to be looking at, right? Because it dictates interest rates. It dictates, how the market is going. It dictates how we feel and it really dictates what's going on. As you see the 10-year drop, you know that interest rates and everything else is dropping. It's going to drop because that's what banks and everybody bakes their interest rates off, the 10-year note, right? And if it's rising, that tells you that interest rates and everything are picking up. Interest rates usually sit between 2.2% and 3% at its finest. So I always tell my people to average that 2.5, right? So you pay attention to that 10-year yield, it'll tell you the market is not on sale, man. It's only 1%. Why? It's only 1%. That's not a sale. Wake me up a pandemic price. That's a fact.
As usual, when economies are basically strong with low interest rates, I think buying the dip makes sense. I think what you have to be careful is that
can't take anyone betting on myself and getting it. And here's the thing, y'all. Like, I'm gonna be real. I can get on this live and just like chop game with y'all off the top of my head, telling y'all what's going on. Like, what's $37? Like, you want to make money in a market? I mean, the Trappin course is 50% off. All right, cool. You might be like, well, Trap, I ain't really ready to spend $497. Even though it's discounted at 50% off, it's $997, right? But Trap, I ain't ready to spend $497 right now, $500 right now. All right, cool. But how could you not be willing to invest $37 a month in learning? We doing 2-3 hour classes on Sundays, 2-3 hour book clubs. Like, why are you not ready to spend $37 on yourself? That I don't understand. You want to build wealth, but you don't want to spend the $500. Cool. You don't want to spend the $7,500 for the mentorship. That's cool. I ain't mad at that either, right? But $37 a month to learn about something that's going to change your life? Where are you going to get classes for 2 and 3 hours for $37? Nowhere. Where do you get stocks we break down every day? Nowhere. Like $37? A lot of these questions you know what I'm saying?
Hi, David. Well, the market might be going down, but at least one thing is poised to go up. and that is Blue Origin's New Shepard.
DM me the word trapper. I'll take care of it right now. DM me. You can either go in the link in my bio and do it, or you can just DM me the word trapper.
This is a flight that will kick off commercial service for the company's suborbital space tourism
I agree.
segment. This is also a lifelong dream for Bezos, who founded Blue Origin in 2000, and if all goes according to plan, it will make history. You have two crewmates, Wally Funk and Oliver Damon, set to become the oldest and the youngest people, respectively, to ever go to space. And because Damon, who took the spot after the winner of that $28 million auction postponed, is a paying passenger, that too will be a first for a U.S. company. So here's how the crew is preparing for this 11-minute autonomous journey on New Shepard. 2 full days of training. They started yesterday. More today, just north of here at the launch site. Where
no, you pay for the course. You take it whenever you want, Queen.
To the Mercury era astronauts. I actually got to go inside that training facility.
Jeff about to go. Jeff about to go into space too.
To get a sense of what tomorrow's flight will be like.
3, command engine start, 1.
So 6 seats in reclining position, built to help evenly distribute the force of accelerating Mach 3 on ascent, plus mitigate the pull of gravity on the way down, which is going to be about 5 Gs, or equivalent to a really fast roller coaster. There are panels that are giving passengers real-time data on the flight. Big windows comprising about a third of the capsule. 3 minutes of weightlessness is what is expected. Unbuckled from the harness, lots of places to hang on and float, as I saw myself yesterday. The trip is expected to exceed the internationally recognized start of space, what's called the Kármán line, to an altitude of 65 miles, so higher than Richard Branson and Virgin Galactic. Launched vertically by a reusable rocket. Ariane Cornell, Blue Origin's head of astronaut sales, who took me into that simulator, also telling me that the system is autonomous, not only so the passengers can actually enjoy their time in space, but because they believe that computers are ultimately safer than humans when it comes to flying something like this to those altitudes. So New Shepard's already flown 15 times. This will be, though, the first time with people on board. And guys, I also asked Cornell about the company's future launch plans, and what she said about pricing specifically is going to be coming up a little later.
Man, y'all tripping.
Okay, I want to hear that.
Man, no computer ain't safe and no goddamn on it. Y'all tripping. I don't believe it. They never landed on the moon. Listen, Queen. Listen. I've been having that conversation for quite some time. I don't think the people ever went to the moon, but I'm going to just leave that to myself, man. You people be talking too much stuff. All right, so let's talk about it. So we got the Dow down 2.16%, S&P down 1.8%, and the NASDAQ down 1.2%. I told you it might be a 2%, 2.5% day. Yeah, she wilding. All right, so let's talk about some things right quick, right? Nah, I'm not dealing with that, man. I'm not talking about that.
And ones you hold tight.
Not dealing with it. Y'all not about to. Y'all not about to bring me in. You hear me?
You can get the financial clarity you need. And
I got a bridge in Brooklyn.
Text Thrive to 444-555. Or visit Thrive.com.
That's right. I got a bridge in Brooklyn if you want to buy it. You hear me? All right. I do play option plays. They never did. You can't give us a clear view of what it look like. Listen, I'm with you. All right. So let's talk about a few things, man. We saw the day that the VIX is rising. So as the VIX rises, we know that the market is going down. The VIX, as the VIX is going down, up, we know that the market is going down. Got a few companies up right now, man. We got Pepsi up right now. Peloton is up right now. What we looking at? Let's just look at the market right quick. Microsoft is down. Constellation Brands is down. Let's see. Coherent is down. Kimberly and Clark is up. That's a good play. Strong play. Waste Management is down. Let me open it up a little bit. My bad. Moderna is up. I didn't see it. You might be on it though, King. You probably caught it before I did. Yep. So, all right. So let's talk about a few things right quick. DD is going to be down. Anything in China is going to take a beating right now. All right. So we talk about corrections, and we talk about there's also a nice thing like market cycles, right? Well, markets go through overdue cycles, right? That's important for us to understand, like what kind of cycle that the market is in, right? That is important for us to understand that. But also, we got to know that when the market is going down, it doesn't always necessarily mean that it's a sale, right? It doesn't necessarily mean it's a sale. Let me see. Is this an even better time to buy those infrastructure stocks in various sectors? It's a great time for you to understand, to analyze stocks. When the market is doing this, you can analyze stocks and see if anything is within a price range that you put it at. Right? We need to understand that, right? I'm ready for the course. And that was one of the things I was saying earlier too. Like, the course is 50% off, right? If you want to get the course, you could DM me the word Big Trap. It's 50% off. You know, it's cool. But even if you're not ready to spend the $500, it's $1,000. But if you're not ready to spend the $500, why won't you invest $37 in your own knowledge, yo? Like, the thing is, we try to guess so much. All right, let's talk about it. Nvidia is up. That's one of the stocks we own about 200 shares of.
Facebook saying vaccine hesitancy among its users has declined with
Let's talk about
acceptance among U.S. users. The social platform growing from 70% in January to 85% now, saying they either have been vaccinated or want to be vaccinated. Facebook explaining how they've been playing defense, pulling down a total of 18 million instances of COVID-19 and misinformation. They've also labeled and reduced the visibility of more than 167 million pieces of COVID-19 content.
Yes, so if you know nothing about stocks, the first thing you should get is Jumping Off the Porch, and you should get the group. Those two will help you a ton. Nvidia is up $21 today. Okay. AMD is up. Okay. Texas Instruments, another part of that Nike ecosystem, they're down. Zoom is down $14 today. All right, so if you're looking right here, let me show y'all something right quick. So this is the ticker symbol, the company. This is how much the stock is. This is how many dollars is down. Just to give y'all something.
Is found to be effective in reducing vaccine hesitancy. Now, Facebook saying, quote, these and other facts tell a very different story to the one promoted.
Just to give y'all something right quick.
In recent days. Guys, back to you.
Julia, is there any sense, obviously at this point it seems like it's just a war of words, is there any sense that additional regulation is being considered, or is Facebook preparing for the potential?
I like how you said that, Patrick. Did you say your name right? The Patrick. I like the way you said that. Boeing stock took a dumpster dive. So you got to be real cautious with Boeing. They still trying to recover from, you know, what the hit they took 2 years ago. They have been on a rise. We got in at 89, so we've been doing good with it. So you kind of just got to be, you know, they still shaking back. You know, the market, they not in a doghouse no more. They like, all right, go sit on the sofa. All my trappers, look at Winnebago, y'all. Yes, jumping off the porch. You called it almost 2.5%. I'm telling you, man, that's what I'm thinking today. It's not gonna go full 3. We'll get 2% to 2.5% today. You think about our own crypto, our own 6 figures in crypto. Matter of fact, I need to buy some more today. The channel is CNBC.
Leslie, in which Facebook is being scrutinized, and I think that this sort of shows that not only is it a bipartisan push for regulation from an antitrust perspective on Capitol Hill, but now you also
Big Trap for the win. TV time with Trap has been down. That's a fact. I'm gonna just keep it real. I was talking to my mentees Saturday and my mentorship Trap Masters, and I was telling them this is one of the ways that I just want to give back to the culture, man. It costs me nothing to get on this live every day when the market is on, instead of trying to come up with a live to talk to y'all about wealth and all that. Like, come on these lives and just talk to y'all while the market is on so you can understand it. You answer with Jumping Off the Porch and what Trappers Anonymous. So if you get Jumping Off the Porch and Trappers Anonymous, you'll be equipped to, you know, be in a better position and then once you get in a group, you'll start learning about research and all that. Then you can take the Wall Street Trappin course. I got something dope coming toward the end of the year that I'm gonna be doing too with REITs. I got a REIT course I gotta finish. The trap was tired of me talking about it because I've been supposed to drop it, but I'm gonna drop it probably around November.
But as we've seen in the past, it's a whack-a-mole situation.
You sent the word DM because you wasn't supposed to send me the word DM. You were supposed to send me the word trapper. Send me the word trapper. But I'm on a live right now. I can't answer you right now. I'm on a live. I answer my DMs personally, y'all. I don't let nobody answer it. The Dow tumbles 800 points. Okay, let's talk about it. Marriott is down 5%. So this is the stock price. This is the percentage is down. But right here, you'll see the price, and then you'll see the dollar amount that is down. All right, so TripAdvisor is down. Match Group is down. Zoom is down. Marriott is down 5%. So if you like Marriott, that may be a buying opportunity for you.
Thousands of investors getting help from Motley Fool Stock Advisor. Well, it's simple. Our average stock has returned 580%, and that's 5 times the return.
This looked like a sale, not really a sale.
Stock Advisor, we'll send you 2 new stock picks each month. If you go to fool.com.
All right, not really a sale, but yeah, if you don't know nothing at all, start with jumping off the porch, man. It's a good course to start with, man. Give y'all a little look. No, that's a European stock, so it's not even on this exchange. Y'all there, look. Me and the fam, we out here today, man. We always come chill. I was supposed to work out this morning, but I had jumped on. Yeah, I'm gonna drop the REIT course probably in November, man. I gotta finish it. I got all the models up. I just never recorded the videos. Me and the fam always come here, man, and just chill. When I need to just relax and I want to spend family time, that's why I come at. We come get these cribs out here and just chill for a week or two. Sometimes we do it for a month. I need to go play some golf, man. I might go do that, man. Alright. So let's see what they're talking about. Well, they ain't talking about nothing. Let me see my little bro up. JR, what up, bro? You on gummies early this morning, bro? Oh, man. His man up, man. Little bro, room smell like marijuana, man. You need to get that marijuana trapping course. In Boston? No, I don't, bro. I ain't never been to Beantown.
Without finding out what it's worth, visit CoventryDirect.com to find out.
Back to this space thing. Man, y'all not gonna let me. I'm not on here talking about them people and what they be lying to us about, bro. Don't make me get into that, man. Them people be lying, man. People be lying, man. People be lying all the time. Little bro be on that week and be for real, yeah. That little bro don't be playing. He be trading futures though.
It's against ETF Spotlight.
Okay, let's go.
The airlines are under pressure amid today's sell-off. Phil.
David, the big concern for the airlines and for airline investors is what kind of impact the Delta variant, as it continues to spread, will have on leisure.
Ooh, the kilo pack versus jumping off the porch. Both. I'm not gonna lie. That kilo pack is fire.
Between 4 and 7%. We heard from Ed Bastian last week saying they expect to see more corporate travel, especially as we go into the fall. Does that perhaps change if we see more outbreaks of the COVID variant? The Delta variant?
Right quick. Let me talk about that. Yes. Let me talk about that right quick. I'm glad somebody asked. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna do it after this. I'm gonna give y'all this. I'm gonna just remember to talk about it.
Plateauing in that down anywhere from 15 to 25%. It's been like that for most of July. Take a look at the Jets ETF. And this is a reflection of what we've seen not only with on the Jets ETF.
The Jets ETF is down 18% in 3 months. Sheesh.
Don't forget, tomorrow,
Now, I'm not gonna lie, for an ETF, that's a lot, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. That's a lot for an ETF. In 1 month, 22%. United Airlines. Yeah, that's a lot for an ETF. For ETF to be down 18%, that's a lot, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Because ETFs don't typically move that much. You know what I'm saying? Dropping a whole $4.99, man. Salute, man. Appreciate that, family. You gonna love that Wall Street Trappin course, man. I promise you. 50% off in times like this, you can't miss it. All right, so let's talk about it. Is the ETF on sale, huh? So the reason why, so if you know, like, ETFs don't typically move that much. Like, they move, but for it to be down 18% in 3 months, that means it probably got to bounce back 30% to even reclaim those gains. That's heavy for an ETF. Now you asking the ETF to do a lot. Yeah, you asking the ETF to do a lot. You want it to shake back. I mean, long term, it probably will. But just the airlines and the cruise ships is just something that I'm standing. Airline, cruise ships, casinos, I'm staying away from stuff like that. I'm staying away like that. All right, so, damn, what I wanted to see. What is question at? Damn, I saw this question I wanted to ask it, man. I can't remember. Okay, the workshop. Cool. So, yes, I'm glad you asked me that. So, the workshop, the Trappin with the Trap, a 2-day workshop. We do have the replay on right now for $99. Right? The replay is amazing. You get about 10 to 12 hours worth of content from both days. The first day is all me talking about stocks. And I don't talk about stuff that I talked about in my course. All stocks. We break down a lot of stuff. The second day, you get myself, you get Inky Johnson, you get Lindsay Smith you get me talking about family SOPs. Right? You get me talking about family SOPs. Matter of fact, I start off finishing day 1. So we did the first 25 minutes. We finished day 1, breaking down stocks. Then we get Inky Johnson. That's pressure. Then we get Lindsay Smith talking about life insurance. That's crazy. Then you get Marcus talking about credit. And then you get me talking about family SOPs. 2 days, man, so much information in those 2 days, yo. It's a game changer, right? Everything I like to do, I like to give value. So you get both days for $99. And we have the workshop book for, I think it's $52. It's $47 plus $5 for shipping. But when you order the workbook, you also get a PDF of the workbook, and then until the workbook comes, so you get both. They are separate. But man, if you want to get that workshop, man, it is $99. DM me the word workshop. But if you just want to get the workbook, you can go to trappuniversity.com and you'll see it. You can get the workbook. But I tell people, because the workbook has so many fill-ins, and it makes sense to get the workshop and the workbook. Yes. Family SOPs was something I created, branded it. Yes, it's rules that every family, especially ours, that we should have, that we should use when it comes to building wealth, y'all. So you definitely want to check it out. It's $99. DM me the word workshop if you want that. And remember, y'all, I'm going to answer all of this once I get off the live, man. The $99 is a steal. I got so much information from being in that conference, and every dollar I spent was worth it. That's a fact. Thank you, fam. Hey, Trap, I'm holding all my water ETS. I'm down 1.5% across the board. I'm staying 10 toes down. I put the research in. Yeah, King. Look, 1.5%, man, you good, man. That ain't, you got that easy. That's typical, right? Is the workshop online or in person at a location? The workshop was at a location. We had 450 people in the workshop, 500 people in the workshop, 200 people online. need to save up and get on that train for sure. What do you think about clear stock? Nothing really. Do you know anything about AutoNation stock? I told y'all, man, I like AutoNation, man. I think it's a great stock. Okay, let's talk about it. Hold on, y'all. Let's talk about it.
They don't seem to be embracing today's sell-off.
Trap, what's going on with IHI? I know you have some of that stock. It's a medical device ETF. I mean, the whole market is kind of going down right now, King. Thoughts on U-Haul? I think you can find a better business. I think U-Haul, you can find a better business. Look at some of the REITs on that. Look at PSA. You know, you can find a better thing than U-Haul. There's no growth there. There's no growth in that industry. What do you think about Square stock? I think everybody should own some type of fintech stock. It's at $60 though. What's at $60?
He explained why he and several other economists
not U-Haul.
didn't bring down their growth forecasts more to account for the higher inflation numbers. He tells
WMT, Walmart. Can y'all hear the TV? Or do I need to turn it up?
Steam right through rising prices on the back of supply constraints that will soon begin to ease. And we did the PCE or inflation for the first time. Inflation forecast hit 5.7% in the second quarter. That's the highest level since 1990. Gradually comes down during the year and this year and into next, but it'll end up at 2.2, which is 7/10 higher than the 10-year average. So, with both growth and inflation declining foreign trends,
all right, turn it up.
I'd sit on the edge of what seems to be acceptable to the Powell Fed and its plans to gradually withdraw stimulus. If the outlook starts to trend the other way, if it worsens, that, David, could bring in a policy change.
Yeah, but right now, here we are, Steve, as you say, 5.7% is what they're pointing to, biggest since 1990, and the 10-year yield is 1.2%. 5.7%.
All right, you bought it at 60. Okay, I mean, what do you want me to tell you, King? It's up 26% in a year. It's up 158% in 5 years. It's up 3% in a month. It's down 1% in a week. What's the issue here, brother? What's the problem you having? I'm not understanding.
In cash and get a negative return on my money, which they're still getting in the bond market. At least they're getting some return at all. But it must be something like the Delta
IPOs. How do we know they good? You don't. You got to do your research on them. That's the only way you'll know if it's good. The market is not on sale right now.
Listen to the doctors on this. They don't seem quite as concerned right now as the bond market looks to be.
Everybody asking these questions. Y'all need to be in Travis Anonymous for real.
Versus the bond markets. Let's get to our morning.
Costco and Walmart is holding up right now. Do you know why? Because the market, because either way it go, people got to go shopping.
Jeff Bezos and 3 other passengers into suborbital space tomorrow morning, about 25 miles from here.
I don't know.
Texas desert.
I never know how far something gonna drop. That's not me. I'm not the person to tell you that.
Joining us now, though, is Dylan Taylor.
I do mess with options, but I don't teach them on here.
As well as the founder of Space.
Just making sure I'm not missing something when it goes down. Just making sure I'm not missing something when it goes down from 381 to 30. That's where the research come in at, brother. That's where the research come in at, brother. When you only way you know if you're missing something is if you research and it don't make sense to you. Tay Sweat teaches options. I do options. I just don't teach them because I just honestly feel everybody has a different idea. I don't think that people ready yet for options. I think nothing against Tay Sweat. That's my guy. He kill it. A lot of times though, just to be honest, I think that it's people buy into. Like if I tell you I made $150 or I made $200, $200,000 a day, people buy into those numbers and they don't typically be ready for it. And for me, I have again, Tay Sweat is an amazing dude. Like he know what the hell he doing. But the one thing Tay can't teach you, and the one thing I can't teach you is how to emotionally prepare for losses. Right? Again, let me say this again. Tay Sweat is amazing at what he does. He kills that shit. Let me say it again. Tay Sweat is amazing at what he does. He killed that shit. Let me say this again. Tay Sweat is amazing at what he does. He kills that shit. One more time. Tay Sweat is amazing at what he does. He kills that shit. You feel me? That way nobody goes and says, Trapper talking about you. Da, 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 da. No. Tay Sweat is amazing at what he does. He kills that shit. Right? He kills that shit. What happens is, though, the one thing Tay Sweat can't teach you and the one thing I can't teach you, and the one thing nobody can teach you is how you emotionally prepare for losses. One day Tay Sweat posted that he was down $26,000. The average person can't take that. I've been down $66,000. I've been down $70,000 in options contracts. Right before I've hit for $80,000 too. I think my options portfolio before this morning was probably up about $260,000. Right? But what happens is people aren't mentally prepared for the L's that come with that. And the L's that come with that can mess a person up mentally if they aren't prepared. Right? And so for me, I am going to teach options probably next year sometime. But the reasons why I'll teach it then is because I think now I've put in enough work to teach you how to fundamentally prepare and emotionally prepare for losses. Right? And so for me, it was like walking people through college. I wanted to walk people through. Again, Tay Sweat is great at what he does. Tay Sweat is great at what he does. He is phenomenal at that shit. You feel me? He's phenomenal at that shit. Your mental fortitude won't be on Tay's mental fortitude unless you learn to play the game for a while. Right? So emotionally, options becomes a whole, psychologically, emotionally, it becomes a whole nother ball game. And this is just me personally. I personally don't think the culture is ready for that yet, unless you've already played for the game for some while. Options got my 20-year-old discouraged. I told him to take his time. And it'll bruise you. Like so many people, I'm gonna just be honest with you. So many people come and be like, Trap, man, I was in the airport coming here. The dude was like, say, Trap, man, I got into that options, bro. And I'm taking an ass whooping, dog. Man, and I had to talk to him about, I told him some things about how he can play it and how he can fix his situation. And I was like, do you know how to fundamentally invest? He was like, no, I don't even know nothing about that yet, Trap. I was like, bro, that's the issue. He speaks on exactly what you're saying, Trap, for sure. And I'm telling you, it comes with a different, I can look, my options can be down $50,000 and I don't even worry about it. I'm like, all right, cool, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I got options right now that's up 150%. Well, I got to look at it. I haven't looked at it this morning. But mentally, you got to be in a different place. So for me, and again, and it's just my point of view. Again, you Trap, I can't speak for everybody, but I think because the whole stock market game is new to our culture, I think, and it's my personal opinion, everybody has their own opinion. I think that I love options, but if you're not educated, it will cost you big. That's a fact. I love them. I love options. But I think that people should learn how to knock down fundamentals first and then graduate. When you look at people on Wall Street, I'm going to just be 100% honest with you. The people who are great at options on Wall Street understand fundamentals as well. Right? They understand the fundamental game as well. And I think it helps you become a better trader or a better options trader when you know both aspects of the game. When you don't know, and that's just Trap talking, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's just me talking. And again, it's just my personal opinion about options and investing. I think people should learn because I base my options off of the fundamental research. You feel what I'm saying? The Queen said, I love options, and I do agree. That's a fact, right? I don't base my options just off technical analysis. I base my options off fundamental research, and then I get into some technical points, and then I'm able to do what I need to do. That is the way that I will teach options in the future. I think I told myself probably about mid-2022, I'll start teaching it to people because I think I put in so much work teaching people fundamentals, right? And I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Even when I start teaching options, I'm gonna be like, yo, if you haven't got the Wall Street Trappin course, you're probably not gonna even qualify to even work with me. because I'm going to teach options based off a fundamental approach. But that's a whole nother year from now. I learned options first, and since being a Trappin' Anonymous, learning the fundamental makes it way better decisions. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. Because this market is based off fundamental knowledge. If you understand how fundamentals work for a business, you then understand how the options can play out. How much you made so far off stocks, man, my life. I owe my life to the market. Some things aren't in dollar amount. Like me being able to do this with my family, that isn't a dollar amount that you can associate with this. Because my mama here, she went to Disney for her first time last night. My daughter here, this was our both second time going, our first time watching the fireworks. Like the market in itself has look Robin Hood, y'all.
Net cumulative funded accounts more than doubled year over year to 22.5 million as of June 30th. So, David, roadshow begins. Looking at about a week and a half or so these days. You know, everything's virtual, so you can do things in a shorter time period. But what's interesting about this one is they said they could sell about 30.
You got to learn how to play options. It can definitely make you a lot of money if you know. That's a fact. It'll make you a lot of money. And that's why I try to tell people, like, bro, like, I do really great in options, yo. And, like, they do well for me. Like, they make me a lot of money. But I don't pressure people into that, and I don't try to just tell people about it. Yo, you can make money doing this. Yo, I want you to learn the game. I want you to be well versed in this game. CNBC is what I'm watching. Should we buy Dogecoin? New, what's good? New, how you been, Queen?
That they expect revenue to decline, not growth to slow. Revenue to decline in the third quarter, based on lower trading volumes, particularly as it relates to cryptocurrency. So that, again, another interesting thing for a company that by any stretch of the measure, $35 billion, which is about 35 times
Taz
your sales.
Bats, what's good to know, Queen?
Saying, you know, in plain ink that
Wall Street Trappin.
Earlier today to discuss that about face.
This one.
Here's Bill Ackman right here. This is my guy.
Accommodate the ability to acquire Universal because we were so excited about the business and we wanted to be owned by our shareholders. SEC didn't like it, and therefore
Bill is a guy. Bill is that man.
A more conventional merger, but our intent was to do a merger all along. It was really Vivendi's, some issues on their side.
If you think about buying Doge, you playing the wrong crypto game. I agree with that.
Funds controlled by Mr. Ackman, the old Pershing funds, are going to be doing the investment in Universal Music, which will soon become a public entity.
I'm new here and I like it so far. Thank you, Queen. We appreciate you being here. I'm waiting for a price drop on waste management. Listen, King, you know that's my. Okay, so this is a SPAC. This is his SPAC, right?
As it was going to create a spark.
I think someone responded about Wall Street Trappin course that it was good. I want to consolidate everything I know and get better. Okay, yes, it is. It's a great course, Queen. Like, I'm gonna be real. It's 18 modules of amazing fundamental breakdowns, the things that are helping you get it at your own pace. You take it at your own pace. If y'all want, check that out, man. DM me the word Big Trap. If you want to join Trappers Anonymous, hey, Mercy, it's good, Queen.
He says the SEC didn't want it to go through. So now you're looking at, maybe a plan B of sorts, but the clock is ticking. You've already spent a year.
How long I've been investing year-wise? So I really started in 2000. So, I was investing when I first came home, but I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just basing off that. But I really started taking it serious probably about 2014, 15-ish. I started taking it really serious. Einstein, what's good, brother? Beautiful day to be alive. That's a fact, man.
Could motivate some potential family-owned businesses or other companies to sell sooner than maybe they would have.
If you bought the first course, how do you get the update? It's already in there, King. No charge. If you bought Wall Street Trappin before, but it's only if you bought Wall Street Trappin. If you bought like jumping off the porch or something, you got to get it. But if you bought Wall Street Trappin and you want to know how you get the update because I added 4 more modules to it. You get that for free. Wasn't no extra charge, man. I'm not going to charge you for that. Do you still do Meet the Plug? No, I don't.
It's persuasive, but I don't know if
Nah, but when I come to NY, we definitely got to do it from the floor, Einstein. You heard me? I have no stock knowledge. Where do I begin? Start with jumping off the porch, queen.
Some big news, Leslie. I actually just spoke with Steve Hafner, the CEO of Kayak, which is owned by Booking Holdings, who says the spread of the Delta variant, while concerning, hasn't had a material impact on consumers' desire to travel.
Trappers Anonymous is the community, queen.
Countries will follow the UK.
Thoughts on dollar cost average versus waiting. Yeah, Einstein, when I come to New York, man, we got to make that. We got to make it legendary.
But it's still averaging around 65.
Nah. I stopped doing Meet the Plug.
According to SDR, but of course the concern is that we will see more.
Start with the jumping off the porch course and join Trappers Anonymous. You'll join Trappers Anonymous, you get 1 week free. If you want, I'm going to keep a buck though. Also, if you get that workshop, hey, ooh, that girl looking, what? Girl, you look so beautiful. God, who your daddy is? Who your daddy is? Girl, who your daddy is? Girl, you so beautiful. Girl, you so beautiful. Girl, you is the most beautiful girl in the world. You know that? You know that? Can I get a kiss? Am I worthy enough to get a kiss from you? Let me kiss. Girl, you know how lucky I am to be your daddy? Girl, you know how lucky I am to be your daddy. Golly. Okay, Mark, that's one thing about Mark, man. Mark ain't playing. Mark ain't playing. Yo, you know how lucky I'm to be your daddy, girl? Golly. Girl, God bless me when he gave me you. Oof. 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 Girl, how you so beautiful like this? Girl, how you so beautiful like this? God. Oh, Lord. All right, y'all. So what we talking about here? We talking about, talking about the newscasters. Nah, man. Girl, you so beautiful. Say, ask your mama, tell your mama to put a tank top on you. And let me see, you got a few little, listen, look, come here. Take that, look at me. Take that oil right there, it's called jojoba. Tell your mama, put that oil on you, and tell her put a tank top on you. That way you can have a shirt on underneath that shirt when we in Wild Kingdom, or Magic Kingdom, okay? All right, give me a kiss. Kiss. All right. And don't use all my oil. Use a little. Put the close the cap. Yep. That's all right. All right. All right. So, walaikum salam, Aki. So Facebook, yes. So Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg is fighting against the Biden administration because he said they're putting bad information out there with the vaccine. Mark said they're putting bad information out there with the vaccine. He tripping. They tripping. He know it. You're giving the people bad information, man. You can't be doing that. And so now but Mark got enough money to fight them. Like, Mark, that's the thing. They're so powerful, he can fight their ass. What do you think about MRO? Let me look at it again. I don't know off the top of my head. Yeah, Mark a gangster, man. And then so he young. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you talking about marathon? I don't know, man. You are up 100% on a year, 5% in 3 months. You're down 11%. So if you're down 11% in a month, so you're in correction territory. Down 16% in the last week, so you reaching bear market territory. Just depends the outlook you have on it. Just depends the outlook you have on it. I think the Nvidia split is tomorrow, I think. Yes, tomorrow. All right, let's talk about it. The S&P 500
energy sector is far and away the worst performing one so far today, falling by over 4%.
It's today, yeah, it's the 19th. The 19th it happened. So what's today? The 18th or the 19th?
Crude oil futures
Yes, today.
6% as OPEC and its partners prepare to boost production through the course of next year. And energy is now tumbled, by the way, over 11% in price over just the last week. Now take a look at the S&P oil and gas ETF. The ticker here.
Tobias, what's good, family?
It's down 4% as well, on pace for its 6th.
Look, we just talked about Marathon Oil, and now we talking about oil, XOP, oil and gas, ETF.
Allen Petroleum, Diamondback Energy, SM Energy, all down by about 6% or more on the session so far. It's a huge move to the
My days be messed up too, Nike King.
Watch the energy markets for sure, Leslie. Back over to you.
Huge move to the downside.
No sound, you might got to leave out and come back in.
Take a look at the biggest laggards on the Dow as well as we head to break today. You can see Boeing down more than
5% for Boeing. Goldman Sachs. I got in Goldman at 150, man. I was so glad I did, man. Goldman is one of my favorite banks because it's the biggest investment bank. So some people will often argue with me about JP Morgan. JP Morgan is an investment firm, but that's not what they under, right? But they are. But Goldman Sachs is who does a lot of underwriting for a lot of companies that do that. So definitely it, y'all. Let's see. How do y'all like about these how do y'all like no, he said nah. Right quick. Let me answer something somebody asked me. Hold on, y'all. I got a text. Let me answer this text right quick. No, King, no, he asked about Marathon. Well, MRO. MRO is Marathon Oil. Thoughts on Square? I think everybody should own Square at some point in their life, but only at the right price. You are missing out on a lot of wealth if you're not investing. Listen, man, I'm gonna be real with you. If you work a job, right? If you work a job, Exxon, I think that's that stock. That's the company that does the police cameras and stuff, right? If I'm not mistaken. That's the company that does like the body cams. If I'm not mistaken, XON. I think that's the company that does the body cameras and stuff for the police. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's I think they up like something like 92% in a year, man. So, just look at the fundamentals of it, see what it looked like, man. So I do think, let me ask y'all a question right there. The market is down atrocious. Golly, you use a hell of a word with that. You heard me? It's only 2% at best, man. Don't feel that bad. You heard me? Yeah, some companies I just know off the top of my head. I don't know all of them, but I know a lot of them off the top of my head. Okay, if you work a job, right? If you work a job, your goal should be freedom money, right? Your goal should be freedom money. So what you should be doing is investing a portion of your job money, a portion of your income. I always say this, one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make is how much of your income you're going to get to work for you, right? So one of the things you should be doing is figuring out how much of your income that you need to be working for you, right? That is the most important decision you need to be making. Your important decision is not how much I'm going to pay on bills, how much I'm going to go on a vacation with. Your important decision, the most important decision you should be saying is, how do I build my freedom account, right? How do I get this freedom account, right? And how much of my money am I going to use to get to work for me, right? That is one of the most important things that you should be doing, right? So you need to be figuring out how much of your money that you want to work for you, how much of your money you're going to be putting in that freedom account, right? How do you begin to understand taxes when investing? It's simple, man. Capital gains tax is about 18%, right? And anything else is whatever your taxes is. Anything else you do, any short term is going to be taxed at whatever your state tax rate is. It's simple. It ain't even hard. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to just keep it 100 with y'all, man. A lot of people try to avoid taxes, man. Tax avoidance. Listen, man. Pay Uncle Sam his money, man. You don't want to go to jail for that, man. Right? Pay Uncle Sam what he owe you, man. All right, so how do you figure that out? You just ask yourself, how do you figure out how much money you want to? It's on you. Like you can be aggressive. Like me, I was aggressive. So I was saving 70% of my money to invest. Right? I was saving 70% of my money to invest. Right? And that worked for me. Some people can't do 70%. Right? So you figure out what you can do. I like to say start with 10% of whatever you make. Right? I like to say start with 10% whatever you make. If you can start with 10% whatever you make and make that your investment, I can guarantee you what you're going to do over time is increase. Right? You're going to increase. Yes, man. You don't want to do that, man. Like pay them people their money, man. You know what I'm saying? Pay them people their money, man. It's all good, right? So that's what you should be doing. So to determine the percent to invest. Okay, yes. So one of the things I would like to do is I tell people, man, look, start with 10% of your money, man. If you make $1,000 every week or every other week, man, what's $100? Right? It's not gonna kill you. If you make $5,000, $2,000, if you make $500 a week, start with $50. It's okay. Right? The problem is we try to look so big, like, man, that $50 ain't enough, so we spend it. No, the $50 is enough. Start with the 50, work your way up to 100, work your way up to 200. How to get your course from the front. Whoa, I don't want to say that like that, brother. Wait a minute, I can't repeat that. Listen, you get the course, click the link in the bio, you hear me? No, I'm not adding you, man. I don't want to add, I want to talk. It's for me to talk to people, man. Paying yourself first, man. You know what I'm saying? Pay yourself first, man. Like, start there, man. I don't care if it's $25. Should people get their overhead intact first? I think you can. Yeah, I couldn't say that, man. I couldn't say that from front. Saw the word. Stop right there. We not going to say that. You hear? Man, y'all weird. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy, man. Bezos pays less taxes off. You know why? Because Bezos has a $1 billion operation, multi-billion-dollar operation in America. And so here's why. Let me tell you something. If you are an entrepreneur or investor, the taxes are set up for you to win. Right? The taxes are set up for you to win if you're an entrepreneur or investor. Hold on, y'all. Let me give y'all some action right quick. Let's get some action right quick.
But if you look at movement of 50-day moving averages, RSI numbers, like on small cap stocks, they're already, the RSIs are in the 30s on these. RSI, you go 30, you're deeply over.
All right, so Boeing down 5% today. American Express, okay, now gain is the day. Gain, my bad, y'all.
Actually very good. There is a rolling correction underneath the market that has not been so obvious because big cap.
So let me tell y'all what a rolling correction is.
All this is necessarily good. It's a little. This will help down the road.
You in? All right, so let me get you out here. You on the wrong level, man. All right, so a rolling correction means this, right? A rolling correction simply means while the market is looking good at the top, it's only looking good at the top because you have mega companies holding it up, right? The market looks good at the top because you have huge companies holding it up. Mega cap companies may be holding it up. On the bottom, underneath the surface, I heard him say jumping over front to back only means beginning to end. I know what it means, fam, but we going to say that different, you hear me? But rolling correction, it simply means that you have big cap companies holding it up, so the market looks like it's running and look like it's doing well. But underneath the surface, you have a lot of other companies that are down, down 5%, down 6%, down 8%, and you don't see it until the big cap companies start to fall off. Right? So this is why it's always good to do research. The reason why it's always good to do research is because what looks good on the top may not be looking good on the bottom. Right? What look good on the top may not look good on the bottom. It's like having something wrapped in gold, but in the inside is trash, right? And so what happens is because you have the big cap companies on the top looking good, right? Because the companies, the mega caps, the Facebooks, the Amazons, the Googles, the Apples, You know, they may be doing okay on the top, so it makes the market look good because they are heavily weighted, right? Heavily weighted means the market cap is so big on these companies. The Microsofts, the market caps are so big on these companies. You don't see that the other little companies or the companies that are in smaller brands are really folding, or the lesser name companies are going down. And so because they're going down, you don't see it. But when the big cap companies start to go down, now you look back and you say, well, look, bro, there's a rolling correction going on. There's a rolling decline going on here. These companies have been falling. We haven't been able to pay attention to it. So that's what that means when you hear something like that, right? So let's see what else they're talking about, y'all.
3 to 4% from an all-time high. We haven't had a 5% pullback, which is totally normal in a bull market to have 5% pullbacks. Haven't had one since last October. So I do think that part of it is regular market rhythms combined with seasonal effects that aren't as friendly to stocks, and then you have this issue of we don't exactly know where this COVID surge that's going on around the world is going to lead economies and restrictions, and we're rethinking the pace of that acceleration.
Is this mostly about sentiment, or is there some real new piece of information that you've seen that you would attribute this, pretty significant drop, at least off of the open, to? We knew the Delta variant was out there. That's not new, but some headlines out of the Olympics are concerning. Yeah. What's this about, maybe?
I think it's, to a large degree, John, incrementally it becomes harder to ignore or cast, kind of wipe it aside and say this isn't going to matter for growth. I do think you're just seeing enough attention on the COVID curves that it's just a good excuse, if not true motivation, for people to say, I want to have less exposure to risk right now. That means more bonds. That means less in stocks. So I don't think there really was a thing that happened. But what always does tend to occur is the market finally shows some vulnerability, and then we have all these things that have been in the air for weeks, and all of them seem plausible as reasons why you
Mike, I'm curious what you think the most important upcoming catalysts are. I know earnings season is kicking off and really getting underway this week. Do you think those earnings numbers will really matter, or do we need more forward-looking indicators? Is it the guidance that we should be watching?
Certainly guidance, Julia. Earnings, they certainly matter at a price, at a stock price. The earnings are going to offer support. We have had these instances where, the market reacts in a fairly negative way and sells the good news on earnings just because we've already run up. We knew they were going to be good. But right now, if you look at small cap stocks, they've been devastated already. And so you would think that they're going to reach a level where if the earnings are decent, they're going to find some kind of a support. We probably are going to be looking toward, I think the macro data is going to matter a lot more. It's funny because 2 months ago, we thought inflation and a hawkish Fed was the thing to fear, and we started to price that in. And now it seems like we've pivoted to saying, actually, we wonder if growth is going to be there to drive the economies to a point where the Fed might want to restrain it. So I think that confusion also partly explains where we are at this point.
Very good point there, Mike. Thanks for joining us. Now let's stay right there and bring in Megan Shu of Wilmington Trust. Megan, what are you seeing in the market's big decline today?
Yeah, well, we've been telling our clients for a while now to expect more volatility, to not get too used to the smooth market ride that we've had.
I always say that.
Mike is spot on in so many of the things he said, and we just haven't felt that volatility in a while. So we are advising our clients to be calm, to be patient. I think we're
seeing what I talk all the time.
Come together, growth scares, probably some degree of a positive feedback loop as it relates to yields, a risk-off market that then leads more money flowing into bonds and other safe assets and drives those yields lower. And at some point, investors start to wonder if the bond market is telling us a
Clover Health, okay,
more concerning than
To the moon? Oh man, not one of them
the
again.
market today is, and over the last couple of days, we've been seeing some more weakness in that tech. Back to shutdowns and lockdowns that could really benefit some of these tech companies, but true end of cycle concerns, typically tech would sell off with the rest of the cyclical parts of the market.
But tell me about some of those concerns about another wave of COVID, this question of what is Delta and what could its full impact be? How important is that in your outlook?
It's very important. We're watching it carefully. We don't think it's going to derail the cycle. We think this is a factor that's contributing to concerns that maybe our expectations for growth were too high. I also think the Delta variant is much more of a concerning story outside of the U.S., particularly when you think about emerging markets.
No, it's not work high in a stock manager. No.
Don't have the supply.
All you need to do is do two things.
Penetration.
You need to take the Wall Street Trappin course. You need to join Trappers Anonymous. And that'll help you so much so you can learn the game. You don't need to hire nobody.
That story is really at risk when you think about the spread.
So right quick, let me tell y'all, let me show y'all something. Could you all right, anybody want to get the free week in Trappers Anonymous? Just do me a favor. Go to the link and get it. I just looked at my DMs. That thing is on 99 right there. And I know I ain't gonna be able to answer everybody if y'all keep coming. So just go to the link in my bio and get it. And we'll do that.
It looks like perhaps a rebound in some of that stay-at-home or COVID-related trade, even as we see the Dow down so much. What do you make of that?
Yeah, well, it's a different storyline than we've seen in the past.
Dow that are down the most, at least to start the morning. It's Boeing, it's Dow Inc., it's Amex, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Travelers. I mean, those aren't...
If you ever hit a sound go off, I mean I hopped on a call right quick, y'all.
Financials, maybe some interest rate sensitivity. There are two separate narratives, it seems, going on. I'm not sure how much of it is a growth scare in general or fears about the future just in general, and how much of it is a reaction to either COVID or interest rates.
Yeah, well, again, I don't think it's just one factor. I think it's a number of different things. Certainly, some of the big banks are going to take it on the chin when you see rates moving lower and that yield curve flattening. Again, some signaling in the market that the Fed will make a policy mistake, or we might have a premature end to the cycle. We still like banks and some of those more value-oriented cyclical parts of the market that we do expect to do better.
Yes, you can join Trappers Anonymous.
It's so hard to...
We got people from everywhere in Trappers Anonymous, just in case y'all don't know. We got people from Jamaica. We got people from Canada. We got people from the UK.
I don't know that there's any shot of getting close to that now, but we definitely think interest rates 9 to 12 months out will be higher than they are today. And there's a greater chance of them increasing than decreasing much further. And so we do think that some of those more cyclical oriented
Germany, we everywhere.
And we also like some of those payment providers that as you get
normalized growth.
All right, y'all.
So we've been in here for 90 minutes. I'm about to end this live. I got to post something in my group, in Trappers Anonymous. Definitely. So right quick, I'm going to just, put it out there right quick. I started doing these lives in the morning because I wanted to just give back to the culture in a way where I felt like, yeah, I could get on a live and talk to y'all for an hour about wealth and building wealth and so many different things, right? But while I was in Africa, one of the things was like, how can I give back to the culture more, right? How can I give back more and be more impactful? And I realized that a lot of people, they see me watch CNBC a lot. They see me watch Bloomberg, but they don't always know what's going on, right? And so I was like, all right, one of the things I can do is start going live when the market comes on. And so it kind of pushes my day back a little bit, but it's cool because I see that it's so impactful. I see that it's so impactful. So one of the things I want to do is say, okay, cool. This is one of the ways I can help, right? And so one of the things I do is go live while the market is on and explain different things that's going on live in real time. Going live in real time, one, it shows you all that I know what I'm talking about. There's no script right there. There's nothing behind me. It's as the market is going on, as certain things are happening, I'm explaining those things to help you all out. That's free game. And so one of the things I want to do is do it twice a day. I know I won't be able to do that while I'm out here because I'll just be doing a lot, but I can definitely get it in the morning. And I hope you all like that. I hope you all are getting a lot of information that you all can use every day. And whether it's the language, whether we breaking down certain things that's happening, I definitely want to help you all with that. So I hope you all find that helpful. Thank y'all for just tapping in. We did 90 minutes today. We had 700 people. So I'll be doing it every morning. Inshallah, God give me the strength and the life. I'll do it every morning so we can do that. Right quick, if you want to join the group Trappers Anonymous, I think it's probably one of the most amazing investments you can make, especially at that price point. I think I can easily charge $100 a month just for that, because we do classes in that are 3 hours long, 2.5 hours long, right? We do that every day. Not every day, like every Sunday. We rescheduled the class that was this week to Tuesday because I was at Magic Kingdom last night with my daughter. But, book clubs, 90 minutes, 2.5, 3 hours long. Classes, 90 minutes, 3 hours long. You know what I'm saying? On help. We do stuff every day in the group. Today, I got to go post today for Monday Madness. And just breaking down some things that's going on in the market this week that they need to pay attention to. Tuesday, we have Ticker Symbol Tuesday. Thursday is ETF Thursdays. Friday is Drip Friday. We talk about dividend stocks. So much going on in there for $37.99. And if you get it for the year, you get 2 months free. The Wallstreet Trappin course is a course that breaks down the fundamentals of investing. When I say fundamentals, the fundamentals and the basics are two different things. The fundamentals are why you are investing in certain companies, why you shouldn't be investing in certain companies, understanding the financials of the business. It just breaks down with some of the questions y'all ask. You can easily get that in the course. If you're a beginner, you don't know nothing, man, check out the Jumping Off the Porch course. It goes over the basics and then it gets into some of the fundamentals, but it goes over the basics, then it goes you 3 things on how you can set up your portfolio. Amazing. And then for those who want a variety of information, I haven't even talked about the marijuana trapping course that talks about investing in weed and how you invest in weed stocks. But the workshop for $99 is 12 hours or 10 to 12 hours of information, y'all. God, that's a lot of information enough that you can take at your own time. I do a whole day on just stocks. The second day we talk about, the first 30 minutes are about stocks. Then we get Inky Johnson to come in there. And then we get got Neo in there. We got Lindsay breaking down life insurance like we never heard it before. We got Marcus breaking down credit like we never heard it before. And then I break down family SOPs, the blueprints of what you need to do to secure wealth and for not only for your family, but for those to come. And then there's the workbook. The workbook that you can buy. Yep, what would Inky do? That's a fact, King. And then there's the workbook for $50. I think it's like $53. It's $47. The other $5 is for shipping. So man, it's a lot of stuff, man. If you want to get the workshop, DM me the word workshop. I'll see the link for that. If you want to join Trappers Anonymous, you get the 1 week free. My team was like, why are you giving people a free week when you give them so much game? I was like, man, sometimes you got to just let people see. You know what I'm saying? Let people see how dope it is to be a part of this type of amazing community. So that's cool. You know, and it's okay. I don't mind giving people a week free to let them see how much information you're getting for $37. Like, that's crazy. So just DM me the word trap if you want to join the group. DM me the word workshop if you want to get in the workshop. And DM me the word big trap if you want to get the 50% off on the Wall Street trapping course. I will take my time for the next hour before I go to Animal Kingdom to do that. So man, it's your boy the Wall Street Trapper. I'm out. I rock with y'all. I love y'all.